So on this episode of I Hate My Pool, my booster pump blew apart. I did a repair on it last time, changing out the flange up here, the front part of the housing for the centrifugal pump area for the cleaner. This is my booster pump. That's the main pump there. And it ran, I don't know, for a while, and then blew up. I was out hearing stuff in the yard, and I heard a boom. That's what it was. This fitting here was inside that. That was connected, and it was over here. So I guess from talking to one of my friends, when they initially put these in, the pool plumbers are so good at doing their pool plumbing, they don't use the flex type connections on the initial install. This is your kit with flexible stuff in here. Talking to my friend, you want to make this one come out kind of like do a 90 to give it like a little bit of spring, so when the pump kicks on it has some flex to it. And then this one can be straight. So we're going to cut this off to make sure that we have some additional room to repair if we need to. We'll put in a what are they called, fitting, let's call it a fitting for now, to adapt to this flex hose, which will go into the shaft. And then this one will have a fitting come down and go inside here and then come up in a horseshoe like I showed you. So let's get started. So I've never done this before, so bear with me. First thing you want to do is kill power. So now that the pool equipment's dead, we're not going to get zapped, killed. We need to get these fittings out. Now, this one's tall enough, and so is the bottom one. I could probably get a pair of pliers on. But if you can't, and it's broke off flush, you could use, these are for getting out sprinkler system threaded pieces that are broke off in your sprinkler system. So you can use these, you can shove this down in there, and it'll grab. Generally, this one's, well, we're just gonna, you can use this. I'm gonna use the pliers. I already made sure that it was loose enough I could do this, so. All right, make sure you use the right way. So when you pull, you don't have to pull on one end, it'll clamp it tighter. And spin it around, let's get it out. And we'll do the same with this bottom one. Okay. So we got the two fittings out. We have to cut this guy off. This should be long enough right here. Then we'll clean these up. All right, now we cut this piece off here. We don't need this, obviously don't need this anymore. We have to glue on the coupling, that's what I was looking for earlier, the coupling onto here to give us the straight shaft. Now, we can go straight on the bottom because that's your intake. This is your output. And the reason we're putting a 90 on it, or excuse me, a horseshoe, if you will, a loop, is to give it some area to pressurize and pump a little bit. Because every time the pump kicks on, you get a little pressure surge. We want to make sure that we have some flexibility inside that hose there. So this can go back as far as we want. We have enough hose to put this back as far as we want. So we're going to put about 5 or 6 inches between the front part of the flange here and this guy. So we'll probably end up moving this back a little bit. Now I normally don't use the primer slash glue, but it's what I bought. Talking to him, you don't need to use the primer glue. You should just get the one that glues quick, but it is what it is, right? So these are the fittings we're going to use. We're going to go off this one and go up. We're going to put this piece in here, your adapter. Then we're going to have the thread come off the top here and then go into this one. The straight coupling, we're just going to glue on the coupling. We're going to glue this piece inside there so we just come off straight to the pump. So let me prep all these pieces, okay? All right, so with priming out of the way, now it's time to glue. We got our PVC glue here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the two coupling adapters in, fittings, into their respective 90 and straight pieces. So this stuff makes a massive mess. And then I'll put them on the pipes, just to alleviate the extra pressure on the pipe of maybe putting too much stress on the pipe. So there's my 90. I'm going to push that sucker in there, give it a twist, 1/4 inch, no more than that, and we'll set it to dry. Same thing with the straight piece, so we'll goop it. We'll goop the coupling. And we'll put them together with a 1/4 turn. ish. And then I like to roll them a little bit so the PVC glue goes all the way around. You don't have to do that. Now once we get this glued all together, we're going to have to let it sit for, I'm sure they say on the paperwork you can do maybe an hour, but I'm going to let it sit for 12 hours before I turn it on. I won't turn the pump on until tomorrow, just to make sure it doesn't leak. Make sure it has time to set up. Alright, so this piece is going to go on this guy here, so we're going to do this. And then we'll do the straight piece over here. When you put that in, push and hold for, say, 10 seconds. Let that glue start to set up. Otherwise, it'll push the fitting out. Perfect. Same thing with the top here. Remember, we want it to come straight up, not down. We want to go up to give it that pressure relief there. So, and I got towels everywhere because I don't want to get glue all over the ground. I advise it's a good idea. This stuff gets absolutely everywhere. Put some glue in there. Glue on here. Let me hold it. Notice the glue dripping off the bottom there. And 10 seconds. Beautiful. Alright, so all of our PVC gluing is done. Alright, so we've opened up the kit. This kit comes with, looks like about a 6-foot piece of tubing, then your 4 fittings. So these are basically just pressure pieces, kind of like your hose. We'll put some thread tape on these, and these will thread in into there. Both ends, one there and one here. We're fitting to checking to make sure that the threads are good and they like to go in. Okay, so we want to put these fittings in first, and then we'll fit these coupling pieces. So basically, it's just a pressure. Oh, God. Just a pressure input here. Obviously, your piece of your pipe will be like so. So this will thread in here, and then when this clamps down on it, it secures it and makes it so it doesn't leak. So now we're going to prep all of our couplings here for our flex hose. Now, if you've watched some of my videos in the past on how I put on thread tape, I like to tell you each time, hold it to where it pulls against you. So when you put this on here, you're actually pulling down against it. What that'll do is gives you a good tight fit, and on top of that, when you thread it in, it's going to tighten the tape up. If you put it in the other way, when you tighten this up, it's going to take the tape off. So again, over your thumb, or in my case my nub, right? Then you can use the pulling action to make it tight. Now you don't need a lot of this stuff. Probably 2 loops is probably more than enough. And our last one. Now I did read the box for the PVC. It says 15 minutes for handling, 2 hours for good cure, and longer may be necessary if it's cold. So I'm going to pause this for a little while. We're going to come back in about an hour, and we'll put these 2 fittings on. We'll go ahead and put these 2 on first, and then we'll pause it. Let's get started here. Alright, I'll tighten those up and then be back. Alright, so now it's been about an hour since the PVC cured. We can put our fittings in. I've already taken the time to do that. I'm not going to bore you with that video, part of the video here. Now we're going to size up this area here and cut the tube to fit. Now you can take the time take a tape measure and say I need it to be 6 3/4 inches, or you can just cut a 6-inch piece and stick it on there. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to measure out 6 inches of this here. I'm going to use the straightest piece I've got right here. Measure out 6 inches. Take our razor blade. Hopefully it's not too dull, so I don't embarrass myself too much. Alright, so there is a couple ways to put this on. I have not tried any of this myself. We can just try and force it on there, which is probably going to be pretty tough. Or we can use a heat gun maybe and heat it up a little bit. So let me see if that works. Alright, so you can leave it out in the sun, or I did go get my heat gun and it does work really well. So what we're going to do is we'll line that up a little bit. We'll take our heat gun and we'll turn it on. I got it set at 230 degrees. We don't want to melt it, we just want to warm it up. So keep a little bit of distance here. Don't forget to put your fitting on. Now when you put this on, remember the threads go towards, away from this piece. So you have a small place right here, you see that smooth area, and then the threads are going to go towards the fitting. Slide that guy on. Slide it over. Just walk it forward. Put your fitting on. The threaded adapter there. Now I don't personally think with these they need to be massively tight. I think just your muscles on there, it's probably going to be tight enough to keep it from leaking. Alright, so next one we're going to do is we're going to do this one first, then we'll do this one. So again, we'll kind of give a little measurement here of what we need. So I'm heating up that top 90 there this way. I'm letting the hot air go all the way through the whole entire piece of PVC tubing, or whatever this flex tube is, so I can start being able to mold tubing as well when I put it on here, because it's not going to be straight into the output shaft, output of the boost pump. I can feel the heat inside the tube now. This is pretty pliable, so we're going to support down here, and we're going to fix this guy on here like so. We're going to make sure that when we get our loop here, we're not going to put too much pressure on it, right? So we'll tighten that up. There we go. And then we'll start doing this other side. We're going to take off this fitting first and slide it up on the piece of tubing here. Now this is probably a lot longer than it needs to be. It'll probably go shorter, but I wanted to have some good flexibility with it. I didn't want to put any stress on it, because I honestly feel that the stress I had on it before with the rigid pieces is what blew it apart. So 230 degrees isn't enough to melt this stuff, but it is enough to make it pliable. Now what I'm doing is when I heat the front up here, I'll push in a little bit to see if I have much flexibility. If I don't, continue heating it. Alright, so here's the tools you need. You need a heat gun. You need the Polaris flexible hose adapter kit. Comes with 4 fittings. Possibly a removable tool, a pair of pliers. You can also use a crescent wrench. Something to cut the tubing with. Can either be a pipe cutter or a razor blade. tape measure, and if you need PVC stuff to fix what's already broke, you'll need some PVC glue. Just a moment of truth, right now the regular pump is on, and there's no leaks yet. Now this was fine before too when I was doing this. Once I kicked the boost pump on, within 15-20 minutes, it blew apart. So we got good pressure on the regular pump. Let's go and turn the boost pump on. So far, no leaks. Nope, we're good. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Half thumb out.